Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Thursday, October 27th. It's 2 p.m. and we are here for our regularly scheduled commission business meeting. Let's take a roll call of commissioners. With us virtually, we have Commissioner Irvin. Present in the hearing room, we have Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner Thomas, Commissioner Carol Lee Williams, Commissioner Caston, and Chair Belser. Commissioner Justin Williams is on annual leave today. Please join me for a moment of silent reflection before we begin. Thank you. Mr. Scarborough.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good afternoon, Vice Chair Powers and Commissioners. The first order of business is to set the next commission business meeting. Staff recommends that the next regularly scheduled business meeting be held on Thursday, November 3rd at 2 p.m.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. We'll schedule the next commission business meeting for Thursday, November 3rd at 2 p.m.
Today we have 11 items on the utilities agenda and 12 items on the motor carrier agenda. Item number 1 on the utilities agenda is in docket number 2005-83A. Staff presents for commission consideration the appointment of Sandra Moser, Esquire, as standing hearing officer.
Commissioners, we've heard agenda item 1 identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Williams.
I move that Sandra Moser, Esquire, be appointed as a standing hearing officer.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote beginning with, Commissioner Irvin.
Thank you. I just want to join in this motion. Ms. Moser, since joining our legal staff, has demonstrated her knowledge of the commission regulations, rules, and the South Carolina law, and certainly she's well deserved of becoming a hearing officer, and I support the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers. And Chair Belser votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2005-83A, which concerns Commission Order number 2020-806 and additional procedures for virtual media plans.
Commissioners, we've heard item 2 described by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Irvin.
Thank you. Commission Order 2020-806 required all parties in proceedings before the Commission to furnish specific information for virtual meeting plans, such as email addresses and telephone numbers for attorneys and all witnesses. I move that the Commission amend this order, number 2020-806, to require all parties in these proceedings before the Commission to furnish the specific requested information for virtual meeting plans by the deadline or date provided in the notice to complete virtual media plan survey. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? I would just like to note that our staff works very hard to make sure that we are able to effectively live stream proceedings and also account for any parties or witnesses which may need to appear virtually. I can't stress the importance of providing this information in a timely manner so that our staff that's working to have these live streams and accommodate witnesses and parties who appear virtually so that they have the information in a timely manner to make sure that they can contact the people that need to be contacted. So I think this is a very timely motion, Commissioner, and I certainly support it. If there's no further discussion, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 is in docket number 2009-406C, which is the request for approval of the resale forbearance amendment to the interconnection agreement between United Telephone Company of the Carolinas, LLC, doing business as CenturyLink, and Metropolitan Telecommunications of South Carolina, Incorporated, doing business as MetTel.
With regard to item 3, as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas.
thank you. I move that the commission approve the resale forbearance amendment to the interconnection agreement between United Telephone Company of the Carolinas, LLC, doing business as CenturyLink, and Metropolitan Telecommunications of South Carolina, Incorporated, doing business as MetTel.
We've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 4 is in docket number 2021-336C, the notice regarding the transfer of indirect control of Lumen Technologies Incorporated, or United Telephone Company of the Carolinas, LLC, doing business as CenturyLink, and CenturyTel Broadband Services, LLC, filed on behalf of Connect Holding, LLC, doing business as Brightspeed. A directive order accepting notification of transfer of ownership and control in docket number 2021-336C was issued on October 13th, 2022, in order number 2022-688. Therefore, this matter has already been addressed by the Commission and no further action is required.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2022-254E. Staff presents for Commission consideration approval of staff's proposed public information notice for public hearings concerning Duke Energy Progress LLC's application for authority to adjust and increase its electric rates and charges.
With regard to agenda item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission approve staff's proposed public information notice for public hearings.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, hearing the motion of Commissioner Thomas, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2019-44E, the filing of Dominion Energy South Carolina of notification of the Fifth Amendment and restated revolving credit agreement and the First Amendment to the Fifth Amended and Restated Revolving Credit Agreement.
With regard to item 6, as identified by Mr. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission accept for filing notification of the Fifth Amendment and restated revolving credit agreement and First Amendment to the Fifth Amendment amended and restated revolving credit agreement.
With regard to Commissioner Williams' motion, is there any discussion? I do note that I believe the Office of Regulatory Staff filed a letter indicating no objection. Is that correct, Mr. Scarborough?
I believe that is correct, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing no discussion, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
And I vote aye as well. The motion carries.
Item number 7 appears in docket number 2022-254E, the motion for admission pro hoc vici of Michael K. Lavanga, Esquire, filed on behalf of Nucor Steel, South Carolina.
With regard to item 7, as identified by Mr. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
I'd like to make a motion, Madam Chair.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you very much. I move the commission grant the motion for admission pro hoc vici of Michael K. Lavanga, Esquire, filed on behalf of Nucor Steel, South Carolina. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, with regard to the motion by Commissioner Powers, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 appears in docket number 2017-242E. This is the application of Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated, formerly known as South Carolina Electric and Gas Company, for approval to sell property in Charleston County, South Carolina, bounded by Meeting Street and King Street. The Office of Regulatory Staff filed a letter on October 26, 2022, requesting additional time to review this request. Therefore, staff recommends that this item be carried over.
Item 8 will be carried over.
Item number 9 and item number 10 appear in docket numbers 2022-326E and 2018-320E respectively. These dockets, which can be taken together, involve establishing a proposed procedural schedule to be recommended by the parties in these dockets.
With regard to items 9 and 10, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Williams,
Thank you. I move that the commission ask Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress to notify the commission when DEC and DEP are ready to proceed with their filing, so that a procedural schedule may be set by the clerk's office. DEC, DEP, and any party of record in this docket may propose or make recommendations related to a procedural schedule. I so move.
thank you, Commissioner. With regard to Commissioner Williams' motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 11 is in docket number 2019-386E. This is a request for approval of an inventory purchase and sales agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Virginia Electric and Power Company.
With regard to item 10, as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Williams,
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request for approval of an inventory purchase and sale agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina and Virginia Electric and Power Company. The agreement is not prohibited by Dominion Energy South Carolina's Code of Conduct, and approval of the agreement will not prohibit ORS's right to review affiliate transactions resulting from the agreement in a future general rate case or other proceeding. I so move.
thank you, Commissioner. Before I call for any discussion, I would like to note that I am not voting on this matter. This is a docket that I have been recused on since I've been on the commission due to some my prior employment, so I will not be voting on this matter. Commissioners, with regard to Commissioner Williams' motion, is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Vice Chair Powers.
I think it was, in your statement, you misidentified it as item 10 and it's item 11.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Item 11. Thank you. Anything further? We'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
and I am recused, but the motion carries.
Madam Chair, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. So moving on to the motor carrier agenda, item numbers 1 through 8 are requests for Class C and Class E certificates. Staff recommends that items 1 through 8 be taken together, and I will review them for the commission. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2022-322T, which is the application of Basic Black Limo LLC, doing business as Basic Black Transportation, for a Class C charter bus certificate. Item number 2 is in docket number 2022-323T. This is the application of Gentle Movers LLC for a Class E household goods certificate. Item number 3 is in docket number 2022-324T, which is the application of iCare Transportation Services LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 4 is in docket number 2022-325T, which is the application of Capital Health Service LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 5 is in docket number 2022-327T, which is the application of True Driven LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-328T, which is the application of Platinum Island Transport LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 7 is in docket number 2022-329T, which is the application of E&B Transport Services LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. And item number 8 is in docket number 2022-330T, which is the application of True to You Transport Services LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Commissioners, we've heard items 1 through 8 on the transportation agenda identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C and Class E certificates in item numbers 1 through 8 as listed by Mr. Scarborough.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2017-190T. This is the request of U.S. Urban Services and Associates, Incorporated, doing business as College Hunks Hauling Junk and Moving, to cancel Class E Household Goods Certificate number 9841.
With regard to transportation agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Chair Belzer, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of U.S. Urban Services and Associates, Inc., doing business as College Hunks Hauling Junk and Moving, to cancel the Class E Household Goods Certificate number 9841.
Thank you, Commissioner. With regard to the motion made by Commissioner Williams, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 is in docket number 2022-218T. This is the request of Carter Mose and Kimberly Mose for an extension of time until May 7, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Hearing item 10 identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston.
I move to approve Carter Mose and Kimberly Mose's request for an extension of time until May 7th, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 11 is in docket number 2022-147T, which is the request of Rush Hour Logistics LLC for an additional 90-day extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to transportation, agenda item 11, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion, please.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you very much. I note that the company is required to come into compliance with commission rules and regulations within 12 months of the May 4, 2022 order granting the company's Class C non-emergency certificate. Therefore, their request is timely. I move that the commission approve Rush Hour Logistics LLC's request for a 90-day extension of time, which would be until January 24th, 2023 to comply with the commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I'm afraid that in reading this, that it says January, and I meant to say May 24, 2023. That would be the year's date. But as far as the 90-day extension, it would be January 24, 2023. So,
I'm sorry, they asked for a 90-day extension, and the motion, I think
That's-
your motion was for January of
that's correct.
24th.
That's correct.
That's correct, right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. I'm sorry.
Thank you. There's no change, is that right, Commissioner, from what you,
No change. I thought I had read it wrong.
thank you. Mr. Scarborough.
Thank you. Item number 12 is in docket number 2022-103T, which is the application of Timothy Crawford doing business as Ritz Limousine to reopen docket number 2022-103T.
With regard to item 12 as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston.
On September 20th, 2022, the Office of Regulatory Staff informed the Commission that the company had not complied with Commission Orders 2022-209 and 2022-501. The order granting the company's certificate was rescinded due to the applicant's failure to comply with the ordering terms and conditions, and the applicant's docket was subsequently closed. After receipt of the ORS letter, the company requested an extension of time until December 31st, 2022 to comply with orders 2022-209 and 2022-501. On October 6th, 2022, the Commission granted the company's request on order 2022-662. I move that the Commission reopen docket number 2022-103-T to allow the company the opportunity to come into compliance with orders 2022-209, 2022-501, and 2022-662. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the Commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. We will hold our next commission business meeting next Thursday, November 3rd at 2 p.m. Hope everyone has a good afternoon. Thank you. This meeting's adjourned.